have a little bit of a note out of Brent's repertoire. He didn't like pomp and circumstance. Neither do I. He does. But I don't. So what we're here today to do is go for a hike. And that's kind of where we're going to keep it up. I do want to kind of thank some of the partners that were involved with this. Los Hills State Forest, Harrison County Conservation, Friends of Lake, Los Hills State Forest, the Los Hills Missouri River Region, supervisors, yes. Any politicians are here, yes, thank you for allowing us to do this. There are 200 of these on the 8 miles. Keep looking for these. That will lead you to the next direction. So, I heard some giggling down there. Yeah. And the guys who carried all the posts that were UTV won't get to in a backpack full of these things, yeah, they can tell you all about it. So, as we're going along, people that are going to be hiking and stuff like that are going to be wearing these yellow vests. You can hang with us, you can go on your own way. The deal to remember is that today is just a hike. Okay? This is not going to be anything more or anything less. Well, Saturday morning, been a pretty stressful week. Definitely needing this at the inaugural hike, the dedication ceremony of the new Brent's Trail and the Los Hills State Forest. It's an 8-mile out and back, so 16 total. For this dedication, they've got a couple of different areas where they're going to actually be busing people back to the parking lot because there's a lot of people here. I am shooting for the full 16, but I guess we'll find out. Let's get some hiking done. Well, let's play a game. Let's count how many times Tony says well, but, or in one of his YouTube videos. Kind of like when Zach Davis talks about how many times he hiked the AT in 2011 on the I can't even think of the podcast now. Anyway. So just reached the halfway point. Halfway point is a road walk. There's a car coming by me, so I'm about to get covered in gravel. Should be fun. So far it's been a nice hike. I had a conversation with a gentleman that is from Des Moines. He has hiked in Peru a couple times. Some cool stories about that. We chatted for a while, talked about some of the hiking I've done and some of the hiking he's done. Told you there was a car coming. Ooh, shadows. Let's see if I can switch sides. I needed this morning, I'm not gonna lie. It was a crazy week, it was a hectic week. First week out of school. Rough week as a foster dad. Rough week as a foster family. Two of our foster girls were at summer camp. Anybody that's ever been a foster parent for as long as my wife and I has had an allegation levied against them. And we've had our share. Foster parent or bio parents
kind of will make stuff up in an effort to make the foster parent look bad. Caregivers, other caregivers are more attentive to bruises and things like that. God forbid you didn't tell them the kid, you know, whatever, it's not the point. But had another allegation just yesterday, in fact. Our license, our home's on hold. It's hard. I don't know how else to put it. It's hard. It's an invasive process because caseworkers and everybody's now going to basically put your house under a microscope, and it's just frustrating. Even if it comes out unfounded, which, I mean, obviously every one of our allegations always has. We never lost our license or anything like that. It's just, it's really stressful. I'm glad I had an opportunity to get out on the trail this morning. I want to get hiking, get my hike in, find my center. You know, it's stressful regardless. You know, it's for both of us, but it's even more stressful when it's a story that's being made up about you. People think foster parents are in it for the money or doing it for God knows what. I don't know. If that's what it was about, I promise you, wouldn't put up with this bullshit. Sorry, I'm gonna get back to hiking. Must be breakfast time. On that note, I think it's time for second breakfast. I've never packed out McDonald's before, but hey, there's a first time for everything. Hopefully one of these vultures doesn't swoop down and try and take my sandwich. At the end of the trail at the Gleason wildlife area. Hung out at the parking lot, had some tuna. Can't tell you how many miles it went. It's like 12:15-ish, 12:30-ish. I think we started hiking around 9:30, 9:45. Can't tell you how many miles I went because I must have bumped the pause button on my All Trails recording, and it stopped recording like 21 minutes in. So I am restarting it and going to try and record it on the way back this time. It's a pretty nice hike. I did get lost. Not lost, that's not fair. I did fall off the trail twice, but it was my own stupidity because I was watching my feet, trying not to trip on stumps, and not watching for the oak leaves, which were actually pretty easy to find once you open up your eyes and look for them. It is what it is. Gonna head back. Shouldn't have any problems this time because I've been on it just now. And we'll see what we come up with. See what kind of cool things we find going the other direction. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Show the hardest climb on the trail so that you're panting and wheezing into the camera. Whose idea was it to go backwards? Well, I'm on the second road walk portion Although, going back this direction, it's actually the first road walk portion. But, you know, it just depends on which way you're going, I guess. This is probably the longer of the two, but it's also more of a really minimum maintenance road. Not much to it. Having a good walk. Passed quite a few people going almost to the end, so that's pretty cool. I don't know, I guess I'm impressed. More people made it through than I thought were going to. So that's cool. I think this trail's got potential to be something special. And I hope they actually can expand it the way they have it envisioned to be more than just an 8-mile trail. That'll be pretty cool. First plan is to take it all the way to the Preparation Canyon State Park, so that would be awesome. But until then, we'll just keep hiking. Reached the psychological halfway point. Now, probably is the literal halfway point. About 3.7 miles from the Hubble Gleason parking lot. A couple of good climbs, a couple of good descents. Of course, you start right back up with another good climb. Isn't that how it always goes? Not sure what I'm looking at. Prairie dog holes, probably. I don't think we've got rattlesnakes around here. So, earlier today I went off on a rant about foster parenting, and I guess I need to clarify a few things. First of all, don't judge the foster care system by my worst day. It is a lot of bad things, but it is a lot of good things too. And we've been in a foster, and you've been a foster parent for as long as my wife and I. It's not a matter of if there's going to be an allegation made against you. It will happen at some point. Like I said, this isn't our first one. It's just par for the course, and it comes with the territory. But when people accuse you of things that you know aren't true, it bothers you. But I don't want you to misunderstand and think that that's the way it always is, because there's a lot of good things about it. And when you see the faces on these kids, and when you see the success stories, it's worth it. I just was having a bad day. Still not a great day, but it's a lot better now. I've been in my church, and I've had time to think and to meditate and to pray and clip trees. And I think I'm prepared to make some decisions regarding a particular foster kid that this allegation is pertaining to. I'm not going to discuss those because it's nobody's business but my wife and I's. But that's what the trail does for me. The trail gets me bit by mosquitoes. The trail gives me time to think. It gives me a chance to center myself. And I cannot, in my life, I've never found that anywhere else. I think I've made the official decision to call it when I get to the bottom of the hill. I'm not sure where I'm at. I'll tell you when I get back to the van as far as miles. The one thing I do know is that the bottom of the hill is basically at the parking area where they had us stage our vehicles and then they shuttled us up to the overlook. And from there, the trail is only about a half a mile, but it's like 1,000 feet up in a half a mile. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty beat. There's been an awful lot of this up and down, up and down, up and down today. And I'm well over 10 miles, probably pushing 14. And the worst part is I can see the van. And I'm pretty much out of water. It's pretty hot, I'm pretty much out of water. I've made the executive decision that the Sawyer squeeze is incredibly awesome. The Sawyer bags suck like no other. I will be ditching those and buying at least 2 more Inaugural dirty bags. Those Sawyer ones are just impossible to fill, especially if it's stagnant water. So they're gonna go. But yeah, oh, there it is. How many times is that now? I'll hit you when I get back to the van. I'm the only fool still here. Guess I was the only one that went backwards. Nothing wrong with that though. Another day in paradise. I'm telling you right now. I love it. So the recording from Hubble Gleason back to the van was 7.2 miles. I probably did, I don't know, quarter of a mile from where I got off trail to head back to the van. Fuck on it. It was, I would guess, quarter of a mile to a half mile back to the Murray Overlook in the parking lot. Next time I come up, I'll record from there and hopefully have better success. It's a good trail. It's gonna be a nice trail. I submitted it to All Trails. We'll see what they have to say. Probably my longest day on the trail, pushing 15 miles when you take into account the couple of little blue blazes that I took because I lost the actual trail. Had a lot of fun, met some nice people, talked to some nice people, and I'm definitely gonna be back. You know, as far as that whole foster parenting issue, sorry, I didn't mean to rant. I don't like to rant, especially on my hiking YouTube channel, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta spew. Tell you this much though, I wish you were here.